There is a long tradition of excellent education in a faith-filled environment in the schools of the Diocese of Oakland. We are committed to serving the needs of children from pre-kindergarten through higher education and from many different cultural, ethnic, and economic backgrounds, providing them with quality education rooted in the gospel of Jesus Christ, Catholic tradition, and service. Those of us in the schools of the Diocese of Oakland who serve children and their families understand that this is not so much a profession that we have chosen, as it is a profession which has chosen us, a calling.
There's a passion in our schools. There's a passion to reach the whole child. It's not limited to just the intellect. It's about the spirit. It's about allowing the child to be their best person. There's a holiness, there's a sacredness you can't touch. It just permeates all of us. It permeates our schools.
And it is a true calling, and I think from that calling, there lies God. And so from that standpoint, when you have God in the equation, it makes the profession itself very rewarding, highly rewarding, in fact.
You have to love kids. You have to love children. You have to be dedicated to your profession, and that means doing everything you can, working as hard as you can to make sure that those children are successful and that they reach their potential.
If you're a person who's willing to share your faith, with your students, with your fellow colleagues, if you're a person who is passionate about children, about working with children, someone who is enthusiastic, and if you're someone who is flexible and willing to embrace all that, then this is a great place. A great place to be. Great place, a great community to be a part of.
They have to have a passion for Catholic education because we are not just a school, we're a Catholic school. And that's one of the first questions that we ask them. How comfortable are they working in an environment that is geared primarily towards Catholic education? So once that's established, then the other things come into play. Being able to manage a classroom, loving children, and nurturing them and affirming them and going the extra mile, because all of our teachers do that. They're not here from 8, 10 until 3 every day. It's far more in-depth than that. So they have to be able to do that and have a passion for it as well.
We call ourselves a Catholic school. This is St. Barnabas Catholic School. And though we accept youngsters from other faiths or non-Catholic, we still are Catholic. And we don't excuse ourselves for that.
Those faculty and staff persons that work in my school have chosen to be in a Catholic setting. And they haven't chosen it for the economic advantages, for the money, certainly not. They've chosen it because they want to be in an educational system that really makes a difference. And they can bring, again, back to the gospel values and back to value-based education and interaction.
A teacher who would want to work in a Catholic school obviously has to come faith-filled. Doesn't matter what that faith is. And willing to share their faith with the children. I think they should be creative, dynamic, energetic, willing to put in long hours and extra hours sometimes.
And we talk a lot about educating the whole child academically, spiritually, physically, emotionally. But it's important for children to be affirmed and also to feel uplifted.
The teaching of respect, the modeling of respect, I think is a hallmark of our schools.
The other side is that there needs to be a justice issue. We always have to understand that the contribution that teachers are making to this ministry needs to be somewhat counterbalanced by looking at the justice issue and providing them a living wage, a fair wage, benefits, and so on.
Our schools exist in the real world, with all the challenges of that world.
Education is not what it was 20 years ago. We are not only teachers, we are mothers, psychologists, therapists. When it comes between administrators, teachers, parents, students, so the only one that is important is the student. What is for the benefit of that child?
The faith component is important because it's the most important thing. Sometimes a parent will not be clear on that when they bring a child to us, and they'll be very concerned about academics, which is understandable and fine. But we tell them we're looking we're looking towards an issue that's even more important than just academics, and that is the faith component.
I have the faith that, this day is not going so great, but we're going to look at how we can make changes and make tomorrow a better day. And, that's why I'm still here 18 years later, because if it wasn't like that, I wouldn't be here.
You have to realize it's a ministry, that it's a vocation, and that whenever you're working with children, when grading papers late night, your work projects on the weekends, that doing is your ministry, and it's what you're giving, the gifts that you're sharing to build the kingdom of heaven, to build the kingdom of God. And what's challenging is you're not going to get paid as much, and you are going to have more children than in a public school, but there's something that's more fulfilling. I know that after every year, I feel so much more renewed just from the experience of working at a Catholic school, and I really can't see myself going back to public education. And not that there's anything wrong with public education, but I just feel like a part of me doesn't feel spiritually fulfilled that I do at a Catholic school.
The teachers in our schools, in particular our lay colleagues, give up a lot to teach in Catholic education. They give up a lot of money, but they're able to get so much more from it. And I believe their lives, as my life, are so blessed because of the kids and because of our work and our ministry. It is a call. It is not a job.
I can't imagine working in a better place. I can't imagine being in a better profession than an educator in today's Catholic school system. It is just a marvelous place to be and a marvelous time to be in Catholic education.
I love it. That's the only reason I'm still doing it. I really, really enjoy it. Every day is literally a new day with kids because they are so spontaneous. There's an innocence about children that makes it fun every day.
We plant the seed and we see the seed grow. So we not only plant it, but we see it sprout, we see it grow. And to see something like that happen is truly priceless. And you have to have a passion for it. It's not something that you just gain. It has to come naturally. It comes from within.
It's about teachers growing too. We're talking about teaching our children, but they teach us so much too. And that's what's really great about teaching this kind of environment.
And there's something about these children and the connection that they have with you that it's been 16 years now and I'm still here, and I love my job as much as the first day that I was hired. And I hope to give 20 more years, honestly, I do.
They really express that we're their own children and that they love us, and that they really taught us that each of us is special.
So they gave me inner strength, and I'm so grateful to them. They've helped me in more ways than they'll ever know.
You love these kids?
I love them dearly. They're the best. They are the best.
Absolutely. I do. And every day I tell them that.
These kids...
So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hang it on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.